Got to watch out for Eala as well. She has made her debut here over the last couple of years, and she's won some matches here. Out of all the clay tournaments, this might be her best. Her favorite.
One of the most feared servers in women's tennis history, Karolína Plíšková, a former world #1 and two-time Grand Slam finalist, moves through the bracket. She then comes to a stop. Her gaze settles on a name. Alex Eala, first round, clay, Madrid. Do you want to discuss immediate regret? Would you like to discuss a nightmare draw? Because this isn't just any opponent in any place on any surface. This athlete was raised in Spain, trained on this very red clay for years, and received one-on-one coaching from Rafael Nadal, the king of clay himself. Nadal has won 14 French Open titles, 63 clay trophies, and his entire tennis philosophy was based on clay dominance. Alex Eala was formed by that person, and Plíšková recently faced her in Nadal's backyard. Plíšková should be in a panic if she isn't already. And now, we'll go over all the reasons why this first-round draw might be the riskiest game of Karolína Plíšková's whole comeback. Let's be clear now before we continue. With a serve that has terrified every opponent she has ever faced, Karolína Plíšková is a legend, a former world #1, a Wimbledon finalist, a US Open finalist, and one of the most complete players of her time. No one is disparaging what she has accomplished over her career, but in 2026, this is the current situation. Plíšková is on a special ranking in Madrid. She is no longer as powerful as she once was. She needs all the good fortune the draw has to offer in order to prove she still belongs at this level. Rather, the draw presented her with the worst scenario imaginable. A hungry 20-year-old who was trained by the Nadal family and lived on clay in Spain. Alex Eala was the one player in this draw whom Plíšková did not want to encounter in the first round. And yet, here we are. The dates of the 2026 No.1 Madrid Open are April 21st to May 3rd. Prior to Roland Garros, the largest WTA 1000 clay event. Sabalenka, Rybakina, Swiatek, Goff, and Pegula are all over the field. However, this first-round match between Plíšková and Eala is creating a lot of excitement, and for good cause, as everyone is watching the top seeds. Because this isn't merely a tennis match. This is a tale of mentorship, legacy, and the return of a young tennis player who was shaped in this nation by the greatest clay dynasty in tennis history. The Philippines' Alex Eala, ranked 45th in the world, is back in Madrid and isn't come to lose quietly. This is the part of the tale that should actually terrify anyone who draws Eala on clay. Alex Eala left the Philippines at the age of 13 and traveled to Mallorca, Spain, to train at the Rafa Nadal Academy, which was established by the King of Clay. She didn't come over. She didn't go to a camp. She grew up immersed in every tenet of clay court dominance that forms the foundation of Nadal's philosophy, having lived and trained there every day. There is only one rule that governs the academy. A high-level match and a training session are identical. That discipline, that intensity, that unwavering clay court mentality. Eala had that placed before she was even 15 years old. This is where it becomes even more remarkable, though. Rafael Nadal personally trained with Alex Eala in the lead-up to this clay court season. She was joined on the court by the King of Clay himself, who has played on these identical Madrid courts and won 5 times. Not only Rafa, either.
So special for me. Obviously, training with Rafa is something that people and young kids can only dream about. So it was such a pleasure to share the court with him. He gave me some tips on my forehand and a few other small advices. This is the first time I've ever hit with him in my life, and it's just a memory that will last forever.
The renowned coach Tony Nadal helped Rafael Nadal win most of his 14 French championships. Open Championships is now officially a member of Eala's coaching staff. During her incredible run at the 2025 Miami Open, Tony was in her element. A few weeks prior to this tournament, he was on the court with her in the clay court training camp in Mallorca. "It's so great and we're so blessed to have Tony as part of the team," stated Eala. "I would have been astounded if you had told me that years ago." Alex Eala's performance ahead of Madrid is now directly influenced by the Nadal family's clay court expertise, which was developed over 2 decades of the most dominant surface performance in tennis history. Give that some thought. These are more than simply figures. These figures represent a man who used clay to build his own business for almost 20 years. 5 titles at the Madrid Open, 10 titles from Rome, 11 titles in Monte Carlo, a record in the French Open finals of 14-0. He has never yet lost a final at Roland Garros. And Alex Eala's preparation for this tournament has been directly influenced by that man, that mind, that ideology, and that clay court DNA. Karolína Plíšková is up against more than just a 20-year-old Filipino as she glances across the net on the Madrid clay. Standing on two legs, she must contend with years of Nadal's clay court training. Beyond the Nadal relationship, Alex Eala's second home is unquestionably Spain. She is familiar with the texture of Spanish red clay. She is aware of the ball's behavior at Madrid's altitude. She has been working with clay since she was a youngster, so she is familiar with its rhythm, patience, and grind. Only a few weeks prior to this clay swing, she even practiced at the Rafa Nadal Academy with world number 2 Iga Swiatek. The woman is now regarded as the top clay court player in women's tennis. The Spanish audience is familiar with her tale. At the Nadal Academy, they saw her development. In that environment, there's a good chance they treat her as one of their own. And that's worth more games before a ball is hit on clay with a crowd behind you. Plíšková is entering Eala's universe. In this encounter, Plíšková's only option is to play aggressively from the opening ball. Take the ball early, serve large, and finish points before Eala has a chance to settle. This match belongs to Eala since rallies on clay tend to be lengthy. With each additional shot, her ability to create points from deep in the court, her big top spin forehand, and her footwork, all honed over years in Mallorca, become increasingly deadly. During the pre-clay camp, Tony Nadal focused on improving Eala's ball feel and mobility. "We worked a lot on feeling the ball and moving well," Eala affirmed. "I believe my movement has improved from the previous year." Improved mobility, Nadal's strategic thinking, the home environment, and the desire for retribution. All the factors are pointing in the same direction. The outcome of this match is more significant than a first-round outcome. Prior to Roland Garros, the French Open, Eala had Madrid and Rome as her runway. At the 2025 Miami Open, she already defeated Swiatek, the number 2 player in the world. She has demonstrated that she is capable of competing on any surface with the greatest. She must now establish her dominance on clay, and defeating a former world number 1 on Spanish soil under Nadal's guidance would be one of the biggest declarations she could make before the Paris clay. In the kingdom of the king of clay, the pupil of the king triumphs. The narrative writes itself. We predict that Eala will win in straight sets with ease. Armed with the clay court expertise of the best player this sport has ever seen on dirt, she is on her surface, in her city. The moment this draw was made, Plíšková entered a trap, and to be honest, she knew it as soon as she saw Eala's name. That's the immediate remorse. The panic is that, because of this first-round encounter could end up being one of the more interesting tales of the Madrid Open. Click like, subscribe, and ring the bell for every update if you think Eala is going to make a big announcement in Madrid. And leave a comment with your score prediction. To what extent does Eala prevail? Let's find out below. Let's start the discussion. Now that you know the whole tale, Eala was sculpted by the Nadal family and trained on Spanish clay since she was 13 years old, playing in her second home. Do you believe Plíšková has any chance at all? Or does this already end before it starts? Can Plíšková defeat a 20-year-old Nadal-trained player seeking retribution on clay with her renowned serve? Is Eala prepared to travel all the way to Madrid? Or will her anxiety overwhelm her at this crucial juncture? Post your predictions in the comments section right now. Is straight upsetting Plíšková or upsetting Eala? What is the score and who wins? Tell us. Every single remark is read by us.